Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's ESL ESEA Pro League, and we've got into the third game here now between Virtus.Pro and mouzsports, playing on Inferno, and it should be an interesting game, I think. Virtus.Pro showing a lot of promise against Titan last match, but then it really slowed down at the end.
Yeah, it did. It doesn't help that they are still kind of floating on the edge as far as like round difference. They're in the negative right now, VP. They could have really used a nice, clean, concise win.
Yeah.
That just didn't happen. 16-13? Come on, VP. Come on. You get that many rounds in the first half, you should be able to just lock it out right then and there. But they allowed for Titan to get the confidence to drag things out further. And
it was a bit disappointing, I feel like.
I mean, it was a 12, what was it, 12-3 at the end of the first half. So
it was, yeah.
They need 4 rounds. You'd think that VP, would be a team that could just like crush right through.
Yeah.
But, Shoxy, he rallied the Frenchman and the Belgian. Just, pot of mayonnaise on a stick.
Made everyone work.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise.
Worked out in the end.
Right. Well, good stuff, good stuff. This game, I mean, on Inferno, I feel like VP are a team that generally do quite well on this map. mouzsports, I'm wondering if they could show something cool. Like I'm like the mouzsports fanboy at this point, so I'm hoping that Gob has something cool to show us.
Jeez.
Definitely.
What is this? Oh, they've changed the format.
Everything has changed.
What?
Trying to look up the stats.
How? Wait, how do I do it now? There we go. Thank you. That's what I want.
So, I mean, on Inferno, best of 1 game and everything. Do you have a team you want to favor here? mouzsports did also look really hot in the beginning against NIP. So, I mean, the question is who's going to be able to take it away. I'm gonna go with mouzsports on this one. They're my boys now.
Yeah, I know they're your boys, Anders.
What are you?
Insanity sometimes, you just can't be reasoned with. It's just gonna happen. I've given up. I think everybody's given up. Yeah, Inferno at Civo. That's exactly what I just wanted to confirm before I threw it out there. But yeah, mouzsports got crushed by Virtus.Pro and Inferno on LAN at Civo in the finals. So we'll see. I think that's going to be the question here: is if mouzsports can make any kind of adjustments to their gameplay to actually make it, go a little bit smoother for them here. Maybe start on the CT side. That might help. But even starting on the CT side, actually, that's right. I remember now because it was like 11. Yeah, like Virtus.Pro just crushed on the T side of Inferno. So even starting on the CT side, there's actually nowhere to hide, mouzsports. There's nowhere to run. You're just gonna have to take this fight with the bear head on.
Well, starting off in the next round, it's going to be Dennis just barely surviving, so they get to pick the sides first. That's not too bad. If you are just joining us, though, we do have one more game, obviously. At the end of it, it's mouzsports versus Fnatic, so it's some really tough games tonight for mouzsports either way, obviously. Yeah, that's the main concern, right? And you're thinking here for mouzsports that they're again kind of like hanging on. They did win versus NIP earlier on Mirage, so they've got that one map going their way so far. Now it's a question of taking it on versus VP, who are definitely a totally different beast. So they're another team that's right on the edge. They're kind of in that scrum in the middle of everything, trying to secure that last spot for the LAN where they'll have a chance. They aren't going to be able to get into the top 3, I don't think. Envy holding on to that slot with a 12-7 scoreline, and then nobody can really touch Team Solar Mid and Fnatic now. Both of them only 3 losses. So this is it for mouzsports and VP. Both of these teams now just battling it out. They're right in the middle. And there we go. Chris J. Oh, he's gonna get. Yeah, look at that. Taz said, "Take a load off, buddy. Take a nap." Puts him in the couch. Right, and that was actually a play from mouzsports that was set up by Gob with a flashbang going all the way over the building to try and see if they can get that early sneak peek in there. I think it even flashed one of the players out there, but it wasn't enough, obviously. And VP just replying straight back here. So good start for the Poles now. See if they can actually bring it home here in the pistol. They're not really jumping on anything. This is a map unlike on Train, where I think sometimes you can really be forced to play very slowly, even if you don't want to. It's very hard to rush on Inferno.
Whoa. Okay, that was pretty sick. Nico's a guy who could turn it around, especially if he's holding banana like this, aggressively as well. Manages to pick up that first shot. Real neat work. And 40 seconds left. 2 guys with full utility here for VP. And one of those smokes is going to go out. Second one is going to go towards Coils. Nico trying to get in position to deal with that, but the full flash eats it to the face. And they're going to be past now. VP, the pressure is on, but Nico finds another headshot onto Snacks. And Nex is still alive, but not for long. It's all about Nico. He gets all of the kills. And now he's sitting on a quad. He's got 4 of them. Can he actually find Neo? No, not in time. Dennis robs him of the ace in the pistol round, but Nico is here to save the day.
I mean, beautiful work here from the mousesports player. That's just so hard to deal with, but it's what we kind of expect from Nico at this point.
Wow, yeah, you kind of hope. He's one of the 2 key engines on this team that really needs to be hitting shots, him and Nex. If he's showing up big here versus VP, that's fantastic. I mean, VP might, we were talking a little bit about that confidence shock for mouz, right? Going into the first match of the night versus NIP, if it wasn't clean and easy, would they be able to go through the slog that they had ahead of them tonight versus some of the top tier teams? I mean, Virtus.Pro also just had a pretty tough battle with Titan, so they might be pretty tired after that one. Might take them a little bit to get their heads back in the game here. They shouldn't be giving up 4 kills to a single man in the pistol round like that.
Now it's double Deagle, Tech 9, double P250 here on Virtus.Pro, and the armor. A couple of flashbangs as well, trying to make it work. And actually, there's, I mean, the 2 P90s are pretty good against the armor, but they've got to be a little bit careful here, mousesports, that they don't give up any early kills, because that can definitely backfire when they don't have a lot of heavy equipment to try and stop their armor with.
They only have flashes left here as well now. So mousesports, it's going to come down to well-timed flashes. They make their way through Arch. They spot the bomb as well going into CT. This is interesting. Pasha, long-range shot, takes out Nico. That's the M4 down, and the B side is open. Now can they get the bomb there? That's the question. Chris J's pushing aggressive versus Snacks and finds the headshot. Second man is going to get killed as well. That's Neo. So the bomb finally making its way onto the B site. And Pasha with the Deagle will make it a 2-on-2.
That's a huge kill from Pasha. Now they've got a real shot at this. He's trying to push again. He gets the 1 kill, but Next going to take him down. So now 1 versus 1. He picks up the P90. Going to look for Taz. He's in the building, and that's not going to be working out. In construction, ends up going down, and Taz, well, could have landed a couple of more bullets. That would have been it. Very expensive round for mousesports, and a great split between into CC spawn and into the B bomb site.
Yeah, that was madness. I'm surprised that he's not saving the M4 from Nico. I mean, the P90, it's cool and everything Next, but that M4, that's $3,100. You kind of want to be holding on to that. Not going to happen though. So let's see. Let's see, double P90, and they're really an MP9 for Nico. Right, they're counting on VP not going for something crazy, and unfortunately for mousesports, VP are going for something crazy, Anders.
Yeah. Mega crazy right now. I have no idea why they would try and do this in a round like this one. Sure, they got a lot of kills in. I mean, we kind of like,
yeah, okay,
yeah, it is kind of quasi. I guess that makes sense. But we were kind of applauding Titan for doing it on Inferno, or sorry, on Train. I feel like on Inferno, like for you to make your way in with this, such a slim chance.
I mean, they're just hoping for a slip up. But mousesports, I mean, they play fairly passively over on the B site. On A site, same thing. No peek into second mid. Very passive way to hold on that A site with the triangle going. So, I mean, they're not really giving too much to VP here to work with. Just mad spray from Dennis. That's exactly what you want to do with the P90. Hold down mouse 1, and then Nico just laying waste. Triple kill for him at the end. A lot of money going into his pocket. 1,800 bucks on top of the win bonus, so he's going to be pretty happy about that.
Tosses away the MP9 at the end. Still picks up the Tech 9, and he's going to obviously be buying a rifle here. Gobby hasn't killed anybody yet, but it doesn't really matter because Nico's got 7-1-1, and we're going to the 4th round here. And VP will be able to put together a buy, even at the bomb plant. That was what I was a bit worried that they were relying too much on that. Actually doing a pretty good job overall here, including 2 Molotovs. So they did the math right, and I'm glad they did, because way too soon, I think, to start taking any really big risks here. And a really aggressive push here. Oh, Dennis! He gets 2 Molotov kills, and otherwise that would have been a clean opening into B. Now it's still going to be a little bit tricky.
This is getting wild now. Where, I mean, they aren't able to actually just push in, but then the slow rotation coming out from God B, they've definitely done a good job here, Virtus.Pro, of like trying to keep somebody alive on this B site from mousesports. Instead, it's going to be a wraparound onto the A site. Next just barely dashes in to the smoke. Chris J is there with the backstab, takes out Snacks, but they do hunt down Next in the end, VP, so it still comes down to a 2-on-2, and they still have a minute left as well to play with here, so they are definitely not out of this round.
Chris, if he goes into this bomb site and they come out of apartments and quad both at the same time, that's going to be really hard to deal with. Pasha is right up there, and he didn't spot the gun barrel either. Chris now going to be down into the pit here. Timing is everything right now. He's got a couple of grenades, but I don't think he'll get a lot of chance to throw them. If they see where he is, they're going to try and root him out before the backup gets here. So it's going to be quick and dirty right now for Chris J. Looking the wrong way at the moment. 30 seconds. If he peeks back out, he's going to have the perfect angle here. They're now jumping down, and timing works out genius for him. It's now down to Bialy in that bomb side. He's got the bomb, yes, but how is he possibly going to fight his way out? He's got an AK, and he's going to try and put that bomb down. He will be successful. They know where he is. Grenade in once. Bialy hunted in the middle here, and flashbangs to follow up. And Chris just trying to see if he can jump and get a bit of an angle on him. See exactly where he is. Flashbang once, and Goppy pushing on in. Oh, Bialy picks up the 1 kill. Almost the second one. He actually hit that shot through. Chris with the triple, but that was way closer than it should have been.
The box literally saved Chris's life there.
Yeah.
Because he got headshot, so the box must have taken just enough damage off that AK bullet. Obviously it did, because Chris survives, but Bialy nearly pulled off that 2v1 clutch. Oh, way too close for comfort. But you're right, though. Timing was everything, and Chris just happened to be peeking as Pasha had his back turned. I mean, Pasha being very thorough, checking the back corner there in pit, making sure that nobody's lurking there to shoot him in the back. But unfortunately, the way it works out, Chris playing from behind that pillar, it just doesn't pan out well there for VP. They still do get that bomb plant, though, so that results in a pretty reasonable buy for them. They got AKs, decent nade count as well. They have the smokes. That's the key thing here when you're dealing with the terrorist side on Inferno. But mousesports, they're doing a very good job of managing their nades as well.
I mean, in spite of them being 4-0, I'm actually a bit worried for mousesports right now because all of these rounds are getting so close, and Virtus.Pro is a team that can take over this map on the CT side. I think if VP get like 5 rounds, and because all of the rounds have been so close, all it takes is 1 round here for VP, and they bounce right back in. So I think the score is a little bit deceptive of them. It seems like mousesports are just like off to a flying start. I definitely wouldn't say that.
Down to a minute, and still 3 smokes here for mousesports. But you're right, this is a key round here for mousesports. If they can win it decisively, then they can start actually getting some bank going. That's the important thing here for Inferno on the CT side. You need to be able to afford to get those incendiaries and those smokes both because of all these choke points. You need to have that bonus money because an incendiary costs $600 on CT side. You really have to have a lot of money to work with. Awkward situation though, 1-for-1 trade, and then Dennis brings it back, so 2 for 2 in the end, but then that opens it up completely. VP, they've totally faked out mousesports. The B side is wide open for a plant.
Well, they are taking quite a long time here. Oh, that boost over is actually beautiful. Wow, we're going to see love. That's so smart from VP. Pasha picking up the kill next. No idea what just hit him. And Dennis and Goppy are going to be left trying to retake here. I mean, they can still try and make it expensive. I don't see VP giving up this round. Pasha looking into CT spawn again, spraying. Goppy's going to be going down now. Dennis can't catch anyone through the smoke, and he's going to drop to Pasha. And that will be VP picking it up 4-1. But now look at what's happening to VP's economy as soon as we get the reset here. They just don't have the money. I mean, they could force and to try and shut VP down, but it'd be a huge risk.
Yeah, that's it, exactly it. It's not going to be ideal. Chris J could go for some kind of like weird glass cannon off if he really wanted to be brave, but there's no point to it. They're going to go ahead and eat a round of eco and then probably drop a bunch of guns in the next round. mousesports, they do not want Virtus.Pro to get more, well, than the 2 rounds that should be coming to them now. Nico's always a real threat with that deagle, though. Man, every single time you just think he's going to get the headshot. So scary. And he's got the angles right. Eats that nade, though, and he's got to get out of there. Down to 5 HP, and he just barely squeaks past. I mean, these deagles now on the ecos, man, they're so scary.
We've all seen the damage that can be done with them. What we haven't seen so much is teams trying to react to not play into them, because the VP members were just challenging. They were just saying, all right, let's just take this fight, you know. That's how things can get a little bit out of control.
Like, Nico's just trying to use all the tricks there. Realizing, of course, that he only has the 5 HP. There's Dennis lying in wait, though. Chris J putting shots through, and he's doing magnificent damage. They're getting so low. Managing to whittle down Bialy. Gets the point-blank headshot onto Taz. Now he's got an AK to play with. It's going to be on Snacks and Neo to get the job done in a 2-on-3. They've got the bomb on the site, but they still have to find Chris J. And he's changing it up. He's so clever right now, Chris. He gets spotted, but still manages to take another player with him. That's 3 total, and he could go for the 4th as well, but Goppy's going to rob him of that. Somehow mousesports find a way to just get control of that situation.
Yeah, I mean, very good crossfire between the coils and backer boxes there. Works out so well for them, and that's going to be 5-1, and that's a huge upset, obviously. Like, Whereas before I was questioning mousesport's ability to, like, they were only just winning the rounds. When you sneak around like that in, then you know VP are going to be really tilted by that. And, I mean, as a matter of fact, the Poles are going to be picking up what? Galil? The Chance Galil?
Chance Galil. Not even Tech 9, I mean, not even full Tech 9. Big spray down there from Dennis. He only does the 1 kill, though. Still, Neo down to 5 HP. I mean, he inflicted some damage, so that's what counts. Good follow-up nade would be pretty brutal right now. VP trying to press on. Snax is going to be able to push up Arch. He's doing his job. Takes the fight with Chris and loses it.
Nico playing so close with the AWP. This is so dangerous. If they get him killed, then that might be the victory for VP here. Already a scary round. Neo's kind of low on health, and that might be the saving grace right here for mousesports if they can just bring it back. He is standing in the back. The problem with standing so far back on the bomb side is if they boost out on Banana, they can see him over the actual fence there, but they're obviously not doing that, as we can tell. And Gobby playing in the ninja corner, trying to see if he can get the timing down perfectly. Neo is 1 click away from death, and see if they can make it around the corner.
This point right here. Gobby picks up the 1. Chris finds Neo. Taz has got the M4 that he picked up from Dennis's corpse earlier, so he's still got a shot at this 1v3. Fresh flash doesn't do anything. And Taz is just going to have to commit to getting the bomb plant, I think. Guarantee that money at least. Do the best that you can. And now, well, and Gob is low. He jumps in, dies outright. Chris, this is a little awkward for mousesports. Chris needs to wait for the teammate to come in here so they can at least trade kill effectively. He's trying to find out where Taz is holding from, takes that fight and wins it straight up. But that was very well done there by Chris, just pacing himself. You could tell that he wanted to go in and take the fight before his teammate was there to back him. But that was some good self-control demonstrated there by Chris, playing it smart and like that's smart CS. At least guarantee that Nico's at your back so you can trade kill and you get that round if you go down.
I was going to put it at 6-1, and another very expensive round for mousesports, in spite of having much better equipment and seemingly should be able to make it out with a lot more people alive. It's down to 1-on-2 again. So I don't know. Look at if we look at it here, 1 person living. They have 1 round where it's 5, but then otherwise it's down to mostly 1-on-2.
Yeah, it isn't pretty. I mean, it isn't. It really isn't. It's a bit too close, but this is going to get frustrating for Virtus.Pro though. The longer these sorts of rounds go on, where they're like you're 1 man away from actually picking that up. Jesus, yeah, he gets nailed. Chris is there, though, to hold the line, and he nearly gets the triple spray. Gets 2 of them at least. Next should be able to wrap things up, and he does. Very clean work there at the end.
Slightly better round. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. This will also be frustrating VP, and it's also almost like the Poles are being sort of mentally baited into continuing to force up because they feel like we're so close all the time. I mean, next time we win the round, that's it. We're going to go double. It should have been a double. They should have at least had 2 rounds, if not for the fact that mousesports won that 1 deal round. So they are like almost getting tricked into continuously forcing and buying here because they know they're so close to doing it. And they're not wrong either. It's just that on all the critical clutches, mousesports barely make it out.
That was some pretty slick play there by Chris. Or rather, Dennis with the AWP. Nice movement, getting up there very quickly to the top of Banana. Smoke is down at the bottom as well, so standard Banana control coming out here from mousesports. One interesting thing, at least, is that there isn't any kind of counter pressure coming out from mousesports on the A side. They're playing it very standard indeed. Just going to leave the 1 man at the bottom of Banana. That's Nico with the M4. And then 4 players rotating over here to the A site for mousesports. They're really hoping that VP get ahead of themselves, try and overstep and give them a free kill to start things off. I have to give it to mousesports, though. They are really like controlling their fear, I guess is one way of saying it. But they're not panicking and throwing nades out too quickly. I mean, we're at 45 seconds left, and look at how many nades are still here on mousesports' side. That's terrific for them.
Yeah, you're right. That's kind of outrageous, actually. Very rare to see this much restraint. Might be Gobby wielding the whip here, just making sure no one panics. 30 seconds as they try and push through. There's Molotovs, there's still smokes going up as well. Chris gonna make his way back. He must have heard them running around in the corner, but he's still retreating. Dennis is gonna be traded for Bayali, and in the pit still holding is gonna be next, and also Gobby down there. That's the bomb down with 15 seconds. It's a disaster right now. VP, how are they gonna make their way through? Well, 2 kills in pit. Might just do it. 10 seconds as they try and get this bomb down, and Chris, oh, he probably wants to try and stop that, but he can't.
Yeah, he's gonna be kicking himself as well. That misinformation. He's going to get the shot onto Snax, though, as Snax tries to cross over into open ground. Well, it's going to be onto Pasha and Taz now. 2-on-2 situation. Taz down to 5 HP. Chris eats a nade down to half HP.
But Nico's right on the edge. He's going to start charging forward here. Taz is low, instantly removed, and it's going to be down to Pasha now in a 1v2. He's got an AWP, not the best gun to have in this kind of situation, but it's going to come down to whether they can get this bomb plant. So this diffuse. Pasha, he's got the angle. He gets the one, and Chris, how does he miss the shot, Pasha? How do you miss that? Did he shoot it between the legs?
Oh, no. We even saw that. We saw the bullet hit the wall right in front of him. Man.
There's another robbery right there. I didn't know. Somebody called the cops, Sanders, because mousesports, I don't know how they keep doing this round after round. And I'm thinking there's ample time for Pasha to line up the shot as well. He probably thought that he had baited Chris off the bomb somehow.
Yeah, that must have been it.
Oh, the frustration. That's insane.
And now Chris can very well get the kill on Pasha and return here. It's 8-1, and these rounds have been so ridiculously close. Virtus.Pro, they just can't see. I mean, it's 8-1. There's a real chance of this could end up 9-6 or something like that. And like, still in favor of mousesports, but VP could just pick up a bunch of rounds. All they need to do is win some, like, 1 or 2 clutches, and that's it.
Oh, man. Well, moments hesitation here for VP as they lose the first man at the beginning of this round. Pasha picked off by Chris, who's definitely going to be fired up. Oh, they decide to go back towards that B site now. I mean, they haven't really had too much luck on either side, apart from that clever boost from Pasha in that one round for VP over on the B site. So why not head back over to B, see if you can catch them out of position. Chris is going to be rotating back. Smoke goes down. It's not going to be good enough though for Nico. Good flash from him though. He's going to open it up, but then he holds down mouse 1 and Bialy nails him through the smoke. What?
Oh, that went into the side of the car there. Dennis going to be moving forward, flashbang in as well, but they're just running in one at a time here. Neo picking up a good double kill. He can leave it in a 2 versus 2. Still no bomb plant happening. Finally goes through. Next going to run in here and pick off Bialy, and now Taz has to try and clutch it. In fact, he has to. Otherwise, they might have no chance here, and he's not even going to get it. GOB will just barely survive, and it's going to be mousesports now. 9-1. Another 1 versus 2. Still, what's going on here? What is this nonsense?
Yeah, 1 man the last round, 2 here. And I mean, look at all, like, it's also pretty impressive that VP just get that bomb plant at all, man. All those flashes, they look perpetually blind. How could they even find their way onto the site at that point? At least VP have that one thing going. They did get that bomb plant, and because of all these rounds they've lost in a row, they're still able to get the buy. So it's not getting any easier for mousesports, but this is just ridiculous. And now how do they change it up? Okay, second mid. Quick into second mid. Do they decide to go for a quick pressure into mid here, hoping to catch Chris? No, straight into apartments this time. And yeah, they aren't wasting any time at all, but once again, Chris, he bests Pasha.
Nice shot from Snacks, but he walks right into the AWP of here. Chris J and Nico also going to be picking up Bialy here. Taz finally fighting back. No scope, not going to work out. Taz with a double, and that's going to clear the way, pave the way, in fact, for Neo to just run in with that bomb. Smoke goes up to buy a little bit more time. It's another 2 versus 2. Taz dropping very low, but still just surviving here. And they're trying to see if they could fire back as well. Are they realizing someone's sneaking in through quad or actually up in apartments here? There's another really tough retake here for mousesports, so they've done the damage to Taz. If they could find the kill on him, it might be possible here. Neo almost getting caught. They're trying to sneak through, and Neo now picking up a shot. It's going to be Nico down to 2 health. Grenade might as well have killed him, but he's going to be backing off here instead. So finally, 9-2 scoreline, and look at the money for Mouse. I mean, you're 9-1, and you just have nobody above 4,000. They even dies to the bomb.
God, Nico, that's the second time today. What are you doing, man?
He needs like someone with like some chalk on the ground to like draw the bomb distance. Be like,
they could have legitimately gone for a force buy if he'd held onto that AK.
Yeah.
It would have been GOB forcing with the 5.7. Nico could have had his AK, been fully equipped.
I agree.
I mean, what is that? That's unforgivable, honestly. Like, just run, dude. Get as far away as possible. Save that gun.
That's what I'm saying. Chalk outline on the ground, with the radius in red, you know.
Yeah, let's come up with another way to hold
show up on the map, you know, a day early.
Maybe he needs a script to tell him, you know, just how far he needs to run away, right? You know, like hit the button.
That would be an interesting script.
Throw the nade, hit the... All right, okay.
Nico, oh! He doesn't even watch, he just clicks twice. How does it even work?
That's 3 rounds in a row that Pasha's been domed, like, immediately in the round. He's got to be so annoyed right now.
I swear the deagle doesn't work like that when I use it. If I click, like, you know, slowly, maybe, but this double click thing just seem to be as powerful. No armor, though, means the grenade is going to rock Nico down to 21 health. Now they're trying to see if they can push out the middle here. Chris also showing he's got a deagle over at Archway. And they continue to push right through the smoke. Virtus.Pro realize it's time to go. They're playing too slowly right now against the Deagles, and they want to speed it up, and I can't blame them either. Dennis not going to hit the shot. It does take out Neo in the end, but still very low are some of the mouzsports members here.
Yeah, Chris kind of out in the open. Does pick up 1-2! Nearly the third as well! Snacks down to 2 HP, but what was that, Chris?
Oh, and Dennis just shooting blindly through. These Deagles, man, they're just so good. He managed to flank around the boxes they were trying to get into the bomb site, and then just sprays madly with Eagle. That's impressive.
Boom. Oh my god, that is so dirty.
Get wrecked.
That's twice on Inferno as well. He had his moment on B site behind new boxes. Now he goes over to the A site and wrecks. Chris, he's on point this game.
That's why they didn't force them. They were just like, oh, just do it with the Deagles. Just do it with the Deagles instead.
Second time that they pull it off. That's 2 anti-eco losses for Virtus.Pro.
See, I told you mouzsports could do this, you know. Totally. I was counting on those Deagle rounds, you know.
Yeah, totally. You can totally predict that.
Oh man, no, this is the fact is that if VP win just a couple of those clutch rounds, they could be leading this game in rounds. Now they're going to be pushing through into Nico, and they trade 2 for 1, but Dennis is still back here, missing a lot of the spray, but finally connecting, and Taz going to be the only one left here. Pop flash goes through, and Dennis just buying time for the reinforcements to arrive.
Question is Dennis Shroud? He managed to reload. Still takes a bullet to the face, but this should be mouzsports locking down this round. They have it in the bag. Chris J just needs to stay alive. There's nowhere for Taz to go but forward. He has to go onto the site because both players here are at the bottom of Banana. If Taz goes for the peak, he's going to die. So he has to try and force his way onto the site and find Chris J. And well, yeah, this is very awkward for Taz. So many places for people to be hiding. Unless he sneaks his way through CT to A site. That would be godlike. He gets spotted as well. Taz, he's actually got to make the dash.
Yeah, but they can get there just a little bit before him, I think. At least he won't be able to, he shouldn't be able to get the bomb plant if Nex just keeps running here. Going to be a little bit tricky. Taz on the site behind the box, and actually he does get the bomb down. That dies immediately afterwards. Still, a bit of a bonus, I guess, for VP.
There you have it. Chris playing just a little bit too careful there, allowing him to sneak past, but still. 20 frags for Chris. Not too shabby, I gotta say. Although the high impact ones are still like Nico. I mean, everybody seems to have had their moment here for mouzsports so far. That's really impressive stuff.
Now it's maybe inspired by the Deagles on the mouzsports side. We've got 2 on Virtus, 3 in fact on VP's side. See if they could find a way in. We're nearing the end of the first half here. We've seen teams lock down the CT side before. Though I say again, it hasn't really been much of a lockdown. It's more been like some crazy battle where just at the end, mouzsports come out on top here. So
by the skin of their teeth,
yeah.
Right?
This could be like, right now, could be like 9-5 or something in favor of VP instead. Like, it could really be them leading the game if they just win a couple of crucial clutches.
Oh, this could also, I mean, yeah. And there is no, like, okay, yes, they've made adjustments, mouzsports, that's for sure, but, like, yeah, because of these clutches, it's not something that's easily reproduced. So I can't really attribute this to saying, you know, oh, yeah, they made these adjustments from Sivo, and this is how they're doing it.
No, not really.
It's nicely done there, Chris. Gets a little greedy. Neo punishes him, but still manages to stop that push pretty cold. Point-blank shot from Nico. Neo again with the 1-dig. But now they've got him firmly. Pretty boxed in now. They've got a man in mid, so there really is no backing out. He has to go through Nico. Nico has to be a little bit careful here, and he does go for it, but again, triple dig here for Neo. He's got an off to play with now.
20 seconds. He doesn't realize that B bomb site is empty, so he's going to be walking right in here. Next, now calling for backup. 16 seconds, so Neo has to commit to it, and he goes down. It would have been a wonderful ace if he could have got it with to win the round, but not going to happen in 12-2. 15th round is coming up now, and a lot of stuff being purchased on the VP side. I mean, yeah. just to bring this up again, because, you know, we always go on raving about how good Nico is, and he really is. One of the scary things is that he can actually AWP as well. Like, I still think Nico is probably, like, the best, like, talent that we have in Europe right now.
He's ridiculously good, you're right. And it's taken some figuring out as well. But, I mean, mouz have had him on the roster for a long time now. I mean, since the beginning of the year, ESEA, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's when Nico got his big moment. The first ESEA LAN of the year in March. I mean, yeah. He's a powerful player. Well, this is a powerful play coming out here from VP. They're just charging up into the site, and they get completely squashed flat. God B with 2 key kills there from the site itself. That's going to leave Neo again alone. 1v4 takes the fight with Chris. Bit of an ugly spray, but he gets both kills, and now he can actually get the bomb plant out of this situation. This is still a winnable situation here for Neo.
He fakes it once, but he's trapped in that crossfire, and Dennis will take him out. 13-2 for the first half here. Virtus.Pro, I mean, I don't even want to think about the amount of rounds that they lost to 1 versus 1 or a 2 versus 2 there, or just to Deagles.
Just to Deagles in general. Alright, well.
Kind of unreal, isn't it? I mean, yeah. I think it's just one of those days. I still really do feel like teams have not really adjusted to playing against the Deagle now. Like, it should be like a call on the team. As soon as you hear the Deagle pop, you're like, okay, remember what we talked about? Don't go and continuously face that one Deagle player.
I'm trying to remember what the devs told me when I was like, thank you for, you know, what did I say again? I was just like, yeah, thanks. We didn't have enough pistols in the game that, like, broke the game. Thanks for making another one, right? You know, and they're like, but it leads to exciting rounds, Assembler. And I'm just like, stop it! Dude, stop that! Stop talking about that right now!
Yeah, good times, right? Oh, Nico here, not a Deagle, just a Glock in hand. He switches out the pistol, actually. It was lost on the ground. He just had a knife running in there. That may be a little bit ambitious, but he had the idea, certainly. Now, Neo trapped in the corner in the back lines here. Nico gonna find him. In spite of the delay in picking up the gun, it's gonna be 5 versus 3 here. This is... Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. What's going on? Pasha is gonna be going down to God B. Nico looking for a shot here, hunting down Taz, and... Well, he's got the knife out, gonna try and stab him in the corner. Taz, oh no! Nico with a quad kill, stab to finish off Taz there at the end. What a round. How did he get that shot for the smoke?
Quad and both pistols for him, man. Quad kill for both pistols for Nico. 8 kills.
This is disgusting.
2 pistol rounds. Yeah, that's just timing, man. That is just glorious timing. Go buy your lottery ticket, Nico. I mean,
I would absolutely be reporting Nico at this point in the game. And talking a lot of trash.
I love it, man. It's like, as if that wasn't good enough, then icing on the cake, runs in and shanks Taz. That's how it's done. Good nades to the top of Banana as well. Neo taking quite a bit of damage in this force buy here for Virtus.Pro. They do have a single, I mean, VP need to make up their minds. Now Papasha's going back to a scout gun. He's got a scout to play with. Nice flash, straight up arch. Next takes out Pasha, so he's not going to get any joy with that scout. And really, this should be an ideal situation now for mousesports.
What's really unfortunate about this particular round is that a bunch of them don't have head armor on the VP side. So yes, they've got armor, but these SMGs are still going to be doing a lot of damage. Neo picking up 1 kill. There's Taz going down, but bombs should be planted any second. They don't have a kit, and they're very, very low on health here. VP fragile, falling apart.
Snacks Reno.
They need healing.
They do desperately.
Find a med pack in a corner somewhere.
Dude, Anders, is this real life? Is this actually happening? Is your boy got B? Well, no. I mean, no. It's Chris J.
Christ J.
Yeah.
Saving mousesports once again. No, I mean, it's
Reno.
Because of how close that first half was. We always talk about deceptive. Sometimes we end up talking about deceptive scorelines. I don't think we've ever seen one that's this ridiculous, where it could very well end up 16-2. But the fact is that this whole game could have changed. It tells you that you shouldn't just be looking at scorelines and saying, "Oh yeah, that was a crush by mousesports." It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. Nico taking down Snacks early on here. Pistol and armor on the VP members, obviously forcing up here. They've got the backs against the wall. Nothing else they could do. Bomb's still out there. Neo going to be flashed through, but it goes down to Nico. That was a brave move, and that's going to bring it back in favor of mousesports.
But they still haven't commit, mousesports. I like that. They're really taking their time with this. They're not running through the smoke, giving VP a chance back to get back into this with some dumb plays. Instead, they're waiting the smoke out patiently. They're going to set it up. Pasta, though, is going to just annihilate Dennis with that dig, and then Taz goes for the peek. Perfect timing. Catches Nico throwing a nade. And now, well, mousesports, they've given up 2 players here to this assault on the B site. They're down a man, and they're trying to wrap back around to the A site. This could actually still work. Chris J taking point. If he actually runs in here before Bialy can get into a favorable position, this could still pan out nicely. Chris, he's going to get shot in the back. But no, Nexus there to take out Pasta. It's not Bialy that matters. Now Bialy's dead, and, well, it falls apart completely.
Oh, Bialy, he needed to get that kill, basically. That was what really mattered.
That's
now,
what I thought happened.
Yeah, exactly. That was my assumption as well. Now it's going to be Taz, 1 versus 2, 6 health left. Not a lot of reason to really hype this one up, because there's not like he can't really do anything. He hasn't got a kit. Taz is just wasting our time right now.
Thanks, Taz.
It's already done, Taz. Gonna be gone here as well. So yeah, 16-2 victory for mousesports on Inferno against Virtus.Pro. Pretty impressive, but also very deceptive.
Yeah, talking about it. I mean, that actually puts Virtus.Pro up onto 10 losses. 10 losses in the group. That's pretty much it, Anders.
Yeah.
They're right up there with NIP. Or
to be honest, mousesports, I think, have usually done pretty well online. The problem seems to always occur when they bring it onto LAN. You know, I'm not trying to rub it in or anything, but
online, Jay.
Like, yeah, online. Well, I mean, actually, like that used to be the big fall down, right? That their players would be performing so much worse on LAN. Now I think the problem with mousesports is still like, they've got an incredible constellation between Chris and Nex and Nico. If those 3 players work, I actually think mousesports could beat probably any team in the world, or like on any given day. The problem is, it never happens that all 3 of them are working at the same time. It's always like 1 and then another 2 that are only like halfway functioning.
True.
So, you know, I don't even know how you fix that. I mean, just more practice, more time spent.
It is the mind for them. It is all in the mind for them to be able to actually keep it cool. I mean, they had a group they could have made it out of at Cluj. Could have been a shot there. It's just that, well, 100%. G2 and Jacob decided to go God mode beast and just wreck everybody.
Right, and it's so interesting because G2 are a team that have exactly, or actually G2 have probably more players that function.
Sure.
But usually what would be the problem for a team like G2 is still, you know, they have 5 players who can all go ham, but the chances that all 5 do it, or that even 3 out of 5 will do it, is pretty slim. But actually, yeah, the last major, there were some games where every single member of G2 just went nuts.
Yeah,
so,
Michael Lilley had so many clutches versus mousesports.
Dennis even, I mean, it's like everybody just chimed in. So yeah, that was like a rare moment. It shows you it could be done, but mousesports haven't figured out how to, you know, make it work for them.
Be consistent, but now now like you say, they have what, a month and a half essentially. I think so. I think SCII, excuse me, I think SCII was their last LAN. So
that's as far as I know, yeah.
So unless they can qualify for Face It, I suppose that's something that we can actually check, because you know what,
guys?
Or
this?
No, they not. Okay. But they have another game coming up later, so actually versus Fnatic in about 15 minutes time. So that gives us time to actually check their standings and Face It. And we'll come back to you guys about that. You know, just see if they have perhaps another LAN coming up in a couple of weeks, because that'll be happening at DreamHack Winter, obviously.
Yeah, we'll check up on that surely. But in the meantime, you guys go and get something to drink, and then we'll be right back with Fnatic and mousesports. Really tough game for the mousesports team. Their 3rd of the evening. We'll be back soon.